Hey, I'm Jacob with Iron Boots Gaming. I'm a new creator here on YouTube and I'm looking forward to talking about Nintendo with you. Let's get into it. This week surprised me with a lot of updates from Nintendo. We'll talk about the recent release of Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Nintendo's quarterly financial statement, there's lots of tidbits in there, talk about some upcoming Nintendo movie projects, and also the release of a new Nintendo Store app on iOS and Android. After that, we'll also talk about the upcoming couple weeks in November and what we can expect from that from Nintendo. So you can officially download the Kirby Air Riders Global Test Ride software on your Switch 2 system. This is going to allow you to play the game at select times this weekend and next weekend. I'll have these up on the screen for you to look at so you can find the best time for you to play. This demo includes 3 different courses for the air ride mode, which is most similar to like a 3-lap course in Mario Kart. You'll also be able to play the famous city trial mode, which is a lot more chaotic and arcadey, I would say. Hyrule Warriors released this last Thursday and has received great reviews all around. It's sitting currently at 79 on MetaCritic with 64 reviews in total, which is a great score. It's the highest review score in the series, beating, I believe, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition by 1 point, 78. I just got my copy in today and I can't wait to start playing it. In general, reviews seem to be really positive with the gameplay mechanics, combat, and the near perfectly consistent performance on the console. The drawbacks for the title are focused on the story, going in a different direction than one would expect, and mostly in a disappointing way, unfortunately. It seems like the marketing for the story was a little misleading. Honestly, I'm not surprised by that. I was pretty disappointed with Age of Calamity's story, and I think that helped me set some lower expectations for this title. Please look forward to a first impressions video from me in the coming week. If Hyrule Warriors is not your cup of tea, maybe something else coming out this month will be. I will get back to that later though in the video. I'll talk about some other games coming out soon. Shifting gears, we have some interesting Nintendo movie updates. To start, we've got the Legend of Zelda movie adaptation. It's officially changed its status to in production here. I believe that changed on November 4th, and it's shooting until April 7th, 2026. That's usually a rough date, but it's still interesting. They're in it. It's shooting in Wellington, New Zealand, which is where a lot of these fantasy titles are filmed, like The Lord of the Rings, I believe Avatar as well. The project summary: a live-action adaptation of the video game franchise The Legend of Zelda follows Link, a young warrior destined to protect the magical kingdom of Hyrule from the forces of darkness. The land is under threat from Ganon, a ruthless warlord who seeks the Triforce, an ancient relic said to grant limitless power. To stop him, Link must embark on a perilous journey, battling monstrous creatures, exploring treacherous dungeons, and solving intricate puzzles to uncover sacred artifacts that can aid him in his quest. No surprises there at all. Let's hope it's good. So after that, there are some claims that the trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie will be coming out later this month, attached to the Wicked for Good movie musical. I'm personally curious if we can expect a Nintendo Direct to debut this first before seeing it in a theater. So we'll see about that. So if you're excited for the Mario Galaxy movie and the Legend of Zelda movie adaptation, Nintendo announced in their latest financials that they are continuing to prepare for the ongoing release of movies in the future. So that's pretty exciting. I'm sure this includes sequels to follow-ups for Mario and Zelda. My most confident prediction for a new title, a new IP, is a Donkey Kong movie. It's a bit of a cheat because it's in the Mario universe. But they have so much momentum with that franchise and have already introduced them in the Mario movie. So it seems like an easy layup. My biggest hope and dream is a Metroid movie. Please, Nintendo, live action, a little spooky. I think my dream would be that it's more mature. I don't think they'll go for that, but maybe someday. My other biggest hope is to reach my goal of 200 subscribers. So if you're enjoying this video and feel inclined, please like the video and subscribe for more content. Speaking of numbers and goals and all that, Nintendo released their quarterly financial briefing on Tuesday with our first look at how the Switch 2 and its software is actually really performing in its first 6 months of production. So here's a quick rundown of the numbers. You'll see on here, the Switch 2 hardware has sold about 2.3 million units since launch in June, creeping up on their original projection of 15 million. They increased that projection by 4 million, so 19 million by the end of the year. But also in here, we have Mario Kart World. It sold 9.6 million units, which is a very healthy, like 90% attach rate. So roughly 9 out of every 10 people who purchased a Switch 2 have played Mario Kart World. Now it's bundled with the Switch 2, and most people probably bought that bundle rather than the Switch 2 by itself. And then in addition to that, July 17th, they released Donkey Kong Bonanza, and that has sold a total of 3.5 million units since release. And it's very healthy going towards the holidays. That number is going to get a lot bigger. It's lower for sure than a 3D Mario would have sold. So really good for Donkey Kong. Just interesting to think about. I think overall the takeaway for me here is this. Actually having hardware on the shelves without shortages is a really good thing. A lot of folks seem to hold the opinion that these companies manufacture scarcity, this idea that the consoles are really hard to get with shortages, and that scarcity would drive up sales because people want one. They're like, oh, I can't find one, I want one. Of course, your console would need a good value proposition with that. For example, avoiding hardware shortages would not mean the Wii U would have sold well necessarily. The value proposition for the Wii U just wasn't there at the time. But it could have been more successful than it was. But a side note to all this is the original Switch is only 10,000 units sold behind the DS, the Nintendo DS. Surpassing the DS will solidify the original Switch console as the best-selling Nintendo console of all time. It's likely that it's already surpassed that between the end of that financial period and now. There's about an extra month and a half of sales not included in this data. So Nintendo has obviously had a stellar generation with the Nintendo Switch 1 console, and it's only maintaining that momentum so far with the Switch 2. And in some ways they've been supporting that also, and helping to grow that is through creating a more engaging ecosystem surrounding the Switch and Switch 2 through apps and more intuitive store pages. They started this with the Nintendo Switch app and a parental controls app on iOS and Android. Those have been out since the early days of the Switch. Then last year they released the Nintendo Music app, and earlier this year they released the Nintendo Today app. Following those, they have now released the Nintendo Store app. I believe that came out on Tuesday or Wednesday. You can pretty much do anything that is done on their website on this app. It's really nice though. It's clean, smooth interface. Honestly, I really enjoy scrolling through it and looking at it. It's the most modern and like accessible feeling interface for their store. There are a few hangups though. You can't purchase anything in the app. It simply redirects you to the browser app to purchase. Just odd, a little annoying. Why can't I just purchase it in the app? Some people suggested that when you purchase something in an app, Apple gets a cut of that, and maybe Nintendo's just avoiding that cost. The other is, it's a 5th Nintendo app on our phones. it seems a little redundant to me at points, especially considering the news page that is present in the store app. You can open up Nintendo Today for the news as well. And that app is only news, so you can go on the Nintendo Store app to get news, or you can go to the Only News app. It's already there. It's a little redundant. I like the music app. It makes more sense to have its own interface and space. The Nintendo Switch app, parental controls, Nintendo Store, and Nintendo Today should just be one single app though. All that can be consolidated, be much cleaner, and it wouldn't take up so much space on my my home screen. If you want to test out the new app, you can do so. There's a couple games coming out from Nintendo in November for the Switch 2. So we started off strong with Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. It's out now. It's $70. Then on November 20th, we will have Kirby Air Riders on the Switch 2. It's going to be on the shelf for $70 as well. You can play the demo that we talked about earlier this weekend and next weekend if you're unsure if this is for you. And a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but we have Metroid Prime 4 coming out on December 4th. I'm so excited for all these releases, particularly Metroid Prime 4. I'll be doing a first impressions for all of these as they're coming out, along with a review as well down the line. Don't forget to click the bell, like, and subscribe. That is all the time I have for this week in Nintendo News. This was Jacob with Iron Boots Gaming, and I'm out.